Okay, we're live. Hello. Hi, everybody. It's Thursday. It's Thursday night. Here we go. We're going after it. This is going to be a live video, craft video for adults chat show. So we will be doing a lot of crafts, but it has to be for adults because we use sharp items like needles and scissors and hot glue guns and heat guns and knives and things. And it is also a chat show, and we will be interacting and talking with the chat room as they come in. And that's why they call it a chat show. We talk to each other and we goof off. So we try to act as goofy as possible, of course. And let's see. I am going to have to go and get me a charger cord. My battery's running down. So let's see. Here I am. There I am. Right there. And hi, Donna. Donna's in the room. Donna says, I can't stay long. I'm going to a stamping card class with some friends. Way to go, Donna. Oh, I am so happy that you're going to a card class. That is great. I have done those before, and I was in it for I don't know, maybe during the summer or something. It was something like that, and we made a card every. I think it was it. Was it every month or every week? I think it was every week. And we went and the lady that sold all of the stamps and it was like Stampin' Up because she sold the inks and stuff, and I bought some inks and I bought some supplies off of her and stuff to start my own stamping. So yes, that will be great. And then every week we came home. It was like $10 a class, but I came home with 5 cards. We would make 5 cards every night or on the nights that I went, and that just literally the $10 just paid for her supplies. She's not in it to make a profit off of the cards, but she teached it and she showed us how to use all of the stamping equipment and things, and how to use just how to glue things and make things clean and straight. And but you came home with something. You didn't just come home empty handed. But I'm sure that the lady that did it, she made more profit off of the selling out of the catalog, and ordering the stamps and things. So have fun, Donna. Have fun. You can post some pictures if you want. Post a picture of your card that you made tonight. If you can remember to do so, we'd love to see it. And there's Brittany. Hi, Brittany. Blinger Creations. Hello, hello. There's Mina. Hi, Mina. While you're coming in, I'm going to run and go get uh, my charger for my iPad because my battery has already run down 50%. And I haven't been on. It's been on, but I haven't been in anything. Something's running. Let me go get my charger. It won't take me but a second. Here we go. See, that didn't take long at all. Not at all. So let me plug this little puppy in under here, if I can find it. It's easier to take it out and do it. I don't know why it won't go in. There it goes. So let me take this end and plug it into my laptop, or my iPad rather. So there we go. Oh, Donna got a third vaccination, which is a booster, what they call the booster. Okay. Hi, Janet. There's our lovely little Janet Nash. all the way from England, across the pond. Good evening. So, Donna, what was did you get the same brand, either Pfizer or the Madonna or Medosa or the Medita or the Meduda? We got the one that starts with an M, and I've gotten 2 shots of that. Oh, okay. So they do have a booster for the Modena. Derma. Okay. Uh, okay. Well, I guess um, we need to look into that. Put that on our to-do list to get that. I'm assuming that it's a similar shot to the vaccination, but uh, it's probably a more direct line of what's going around. Uh, there's like 100 different strains of flu, right? So you've got probably 100 different strains of the coronavirus 19. So they might mix in things that the first two didn't have that might be related to it to help us. The booster shot is what I'm thinking. Yeah, same as the others too. Okay, well, I don't know. I'm isolated, and I don't mind staying home and not going out and everything. But Joe likes to go out, and and as long as he does what he does with the food pantry and over at the church, now he's not really around a lot of people when he goes to the food pantry. He goes up to Daytona to the food bank. So he's really not around a lot of people, and he's in the freezer. He goes into the freezer, and gets his meat packed up and boxed up. So he's definitely safe in the freezer. I'm pretty sure. And then when he comes out, he's got everything on pallets ready to load on his truck, and all he does is sign off with the manager there, and he sees how much he weighs everything that we get, because we get our meat by the pound, and I don't remember how much a pound the meat cost the church, but we buy the meat from the church, and then we get another pallet of government food, which is canned goods, and those are like generic labels, on the canned goods, and that directly comes from the government, and that's free for us because we have the food pantry. But we buy the meat out of our own pockets and supply the meat to the families. So sometimes we get 300 or 400 pounds of meat uh, every week, but they're starting to. I think it's just been so hot. We haven't had too many people come in because it's just been too hot. And I think we're doing it twice a month right now, but they'll probably pick it back up. Yes, I have no problem sitting right here. I got you guys. That's all I need. I know. I've had friends come to town, and I've turned them away. I've turned them away. I've talked to them on the phone, and we could FaceTime and everything. But as far as getting together, it's not a good time to do that. Yes, he does get blessed by doing this service. Thank you so much for that. He um because we have a room that they built onto the church just for the food. We have freezers. There's 5 stand-up freezers along the back, and that's where they put all the meat. And then I think there's just a refrigerator. So the freezers and the refrigerator have to have maintenance. When you're using them like that in this capacity, they have to be cleaned out. So he rotates the freezers, and when one gets empty, then they go right behind him and clean it, and then it's ready to be repacked the next time it goes to get more. So it's kind of a piggyback thing, a rotation thing. And then we have like OSHA, who is an inspection, and they come and inspect once a year to make sure that our floors are clean, being mopped every week. Everything has to be done up a certain way, and it's important, that you keep. And then when the coronavirus was out, we didn't allow anybody to come up to the door, which was the window, and we packed everything up. They told us don't get out of your car, and they did drive-by deliveries. They said, how many's in your family? And they would send, okay, I got four, family of two, or whatever. And the girls would pack it all up, and they would pass it out the window in a bag. And the guy in the person would take it to the car window and give it to him that way. I love that method. I think that would be easier than having them come up to the window and get it. But anyway, but he does that. He's really good at that. So hi everybody coming in. Anybody else? I've been here chatting with Donna. Brittany said something. Let's see what Brittany said. Oh, she had steak and rice and veggies for dinner. Yum, yum, Brittany. That's what I like to eat. That's good fixins. Yeah. So, anyway, tonight, hi, Teresa. Hi, dear. Teresa's lost her one and only needle. Teresa, I will send you one of my needles. But you didn't break it. It's just, you just put it up so it would be safe. That's all you did. Teresa, I've got a package to send to you, and I'll put it in cardboard and tape it to the cardboard and send it to you. Okay, Teresa? Don't fret none, honey. Don't you fret. Teresa was awful kind. She bought a bunch of needles, and she sent them out as gifts to some of the girls. So she deserves a new needle. Oh, Brittany, I'm going to make some more marble paper. I know Brittany would love this. Remember me doing the marble paper? Yes, Teresa is a giver. She is. She'd give you the shirt off her back. Oh. Oh, Teresa likes marble paper too. Well, anyway, I am going to do some more. These two pumpkins, I think I'm going to give to my neighbor for her birthday. I think I need to make some pumpkins for my family. So I'm going to make some more, and that's what what I'm going to work on is making more pumpkins, and so that I can give them out for Thanksgiving. Okay, Teresa wants to see. So I'm going to put these over to the side for just a moment. We'll get back into this in a minute. Fear not, it's not going too far away. But I keep my needle in my pin cushion, and I've got a couple in here. And did you know that the needles come in different sizes and stuff? Yes. This is a pin cushion. Um, did I make a blue? Did I make a blue pumpkin yet? I was going to, but I don't know if I did it already or not. I don't remember. Oh well, that's nothing new. So I'm going to put these foamies over here out of my way. And I've got my marbles right here. And I just have a tiny space. I just need this much space. I don't need any more space than this. This is all I need. And I had my marble paper sitting out. This is what I did the other day when I did marble paper. I think it was it last Thursday? I did these. And this one turned out really cool. Look at the striations. And then see, you can stencil on top of this or stamp. I stamped a couple of stamps on this one. And so there's more mark makings to make, a lace or some kind of leaf, or you can even do some napkins. These are great background pages. Now the stamps didn't show up on this one too much. I didn't think it showed out too much. So this will be a great one to stencil on top of, and even stencil with white would be cute on this. This is my favorite one right here. This is my favorite. Isn't that cool? And that's a couple of shades of blues and white. And this is just a little rip where it stuck to something. I put them together too quickly. But this is blue and yellow, and then they mix to make the green. And then this one was a conglomeration of blue and dark green. Kind of looks like a peacock feather or something on there. So we're going to make some more. I got some more paper. And I am using watercolor paper. And I've got a cereal box. And my paper fits in the bottom of the box. If you get a bigger box, a pizza box works really well because it'll take a bigger piece of paper. But I have this paper right here, and it's watercolor paper, and I don't really do a lot of watercoloring, so I've decided I was going to make a little bit of marble paper, and this is the book that I'm using that fits inside the cereal box, and it's 7 by 10 inches. But you just measure your box, and you can use junk mail. You can use all kinds of things in here. You don't have to have good stuff. You can use your junk mail. I can't get my marblers underneath this paper. Let's try it again. I want this side. So anyway, there we go. There's them. So what I'm going to do is pick 2 colors. Hi, Christina. Hi, Kenneth. We're making marble paper. Thank you for that. Joe's up in Kentucky today. He's over in Ashland today. Well, I tell you what, Teresa, I felted the card that you all asked me to felt the other day, and I laid it over here so that I wouldn't lose it. And I decided that it's not going to be it's too flimsy unless you laminate it down on a card, on a postcard or something. What did I do with it? It's raining. It just started raining. So I know I laid it here. I threw it to the side. I did. I threw it over here. But it's just too flimsy. It's not like a fabric. It's too flimsy. It would not be good for mailing unless you glued it down on a card or laminated it, put it under some clear plastic of some sort, like a shaker card. But that's my opinion on that. But anyway, did anybody pick out any colors? Yeah. Oh, you're going to glue your card to it afterwards. I see. Okay. So anyway, you just take a little bit of paint, and just a couple of dots is all you need. And I'm just take a couple of little colors. I'm going to do purple and pink right now. And these are just a bag of marbles from the Dollar Tree. Not expensive at all. A couple of drops of paint. And then you just roll. And here it goes. Ooh, I like. And you can do it as much as you want or as little as you want. And And when you got it down as much as you want, you know, everything's good, then you can take it out and let it dry. And there's your marble paper. And it just makes really good abstracts. I don't know what I did with that little tag that I made. I had it here just a few minutes ago. I'll find it later on, I guess. So then you take another piece of paper, slide it under the marbles, and you got leftover paint. You can use the leftover paint. And this will be a great background page again. And if you want, you could add another color down, like orange. Brittany likes orange. And this is a good way to use up all your old paint. So this is good. So purple and orange is like Halloween, isn't it? So say, for example, you did that and it looks good. It looks really good. But say, I'd like to see more of the purple. Well, then you get the purple back out and you put some more purple down. No problem. No problem. You can always change the menu. So how's that? So there. So anybody have any requests, colors requests? My two favorite colors, great abstract. Oh, purple and orange. Great. Great. Vanessa says it's dinner time. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Marty. Hi, everybody coming in. Hi, Melissa. There's our Melissa. Gold and green. Okay. 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 I'm going to have a cravalanche. I am. Got to put a piece of paper down. Don't forget to put your paper down. It wouldn't be surprised if I did forget. So here's some green. And I'm going to do them separately because I don't know. I just would rather have them. Now, there's a little bit of purple left on there, but I don't think it's going to matter. So there's my green, and it looks nice. You can see the marble where it rolls. You can see the path. And I've got some gold paint. I also have some gold glitter glue. Wonder if this would work. I'm going to try it. Joe bought me 3 or 4 bottles of this stuff. I got it in all colors. And I got to find me a place to use it. So I'm going to try putting it on here. It's translucent, but it is glitter glue. So it's a clear glue with glitter in it, of course. And I'm going to try this. Is it enough gold? If it's not enough gold, I do have some gold paint. Let's see if I can find it. There's some gold in here. See if I can't use some of this. There's gold. Now, I've got two of these. One's gold and one I got gold and black in my fine tip applicators, and I have had absolutely. This has been in here for 2 years. This paint is good paint, and my black paint is just craft paint, and I've had no problems with the cloggage or the needle stopping up or anything. I put the needle back in every time. Okay, let's see. Hi, Zena. Hi, Rebecca. We're playing with some marble paper right now. So I put gold. I did use gold glitter, but it it does shine, and it's really got a good texture in the lighting. You can see it shimmer. But now I've got some real gold on here, so let's see what it does. It might turn it to mud. That is, I might have, maybe I needed to let it dry and do it in a separate application. So let's try this again. I like this. I like it a lot. I love the texture on it. It would look great for some kind of Halloween thing. It really looks good, tree or something. That's awesome. So I'm gonna let this dry. And got a little piece of paper. Let's try this one. Now I might just need to leave this as is. Leave that as it is. That is cool just by itself. This was leftover dark green and gold. And it's kind of it's got the glitter glue in it. I see the gold glitter shimmering. And it's a rich goldy brown. I really like that. That would make a great pumpkin or something. Oh, that's something we need to try to do. Aunt Beck showed us how to do pumpkins yesterday. Did anybody see them? And I have these little doll babies down here that I got in my Happy Meal last time, and I want to make some of these girls. So this paper would look good on her, on these guys. I want to make some of these girls. So many things to do, not enough time to do it in. I like that one. So, Angie's in here. Is Angie hiding? Where's Angie? Yellow. Okay, Melissa. I will do yellow. I'm going to try to wipe a little bit off of my marbles. I'll roll them in the bottom. And I'll get some yellow because we don't want to make mud. And all I'm doing is putting a little tissue on there, just dabbing it a little bit. Get the most part off. It doesn't have to be, it's just paint, you know? It's just paint. What are you going to do? It's just paint. So has anybody lost their marbles yet? You need to go buy some marbles. So let me get the yellow. I need something to go with my yellow. If I add blue, it'll make yellow and blue turn. I'll get some green in there. Angie's trying to be a good girl. Angie's always a good girl. Angie's not bad. Angie's a good girl. Hi, Kathy. Hello, everybody. Did I miss anybody? Did I miss anybody? I think I see everybody. I think I said hello. If I did not say hello to you, or you might have missed me saying it, I'm going to say hello right now. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome to the room. So I'm going to use yellow, and I'm going to get my paper back out. I need to get some more paper. And Kathy lost her marbles too. Woohoo! And this is a really nice stiff watercolor paper, and it's easier if I tear it out and then cut the ridges off by hand. So I have found. So hello everybody in the balcony. If we got anybody in the balcony, hello, hello. Get off of there. So there's a few more. We'll do a few more, and we can. We're going to do felting, and we're going to try to work on a Canada book tonight. Thank you, Vanessa. Vanessa said she lost her marbles years ago. Well, now it's time to go find them. Go and get you some. So, these ridges are perforated, but it's easier just to cut them. Can't lose what you never had. You never had any marbles? Like that. That's what I'm talking about. So we got lots of stuff to do. So yellow, and did we decide what else? I've got this light orange. It's not a dark orange. It's a coral orange. I could try to do these two. And I wouldn't mind doing yellow and pink together. You're just going to go ahead and send Angie to the balcony, huh? Well, she's good about coming in. She comes in here, and sometimes she does go to the balcony if she's resting. And then sometimes she goes and takes a drive, and she takes the kids back home. And then she goes and counts deer in the evenings. And that's what Angie does. That's what she does. So I'm going to try yellow and this coral orange. I'm using all my paints up. And that'll be something I'll need to do tomorrow, is to go down. I have under my desk some drawers of extra paint, and I'll bring up what I've used, what I don't have. We'll see how that works. That's pretty empty. Pretty empty. So here we go. How about them apples? That's purty. That is purty. And there's just all kinds of swirls and directions on those lines. They kind of like, it's like you're memorized. What is it called when you're hypnotized by all the directions and the designs in it? You just want to keep looking at it. That's the way I like it. And that camera really shows that up bright. It really has a little bit more of an orange tint than the yellow uh, on screen, off screen. But that's nice. Okay, we'll try yellow and pink. Yellow and pink. And some pink. I'm going to be getting some more pink out. Hi, Maljoy. We're playing with our marbles. Yep, we're playing with marbles. Here we go. That looks good. It's good. And this I'm gonna put this back down, and I'm gonna add red on top of this. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit of red. Bright red. Just for giggles. Just tiny, tiny little bit red. It's different than the other one. I love all those lines. Okay. Putting the paint on the marbles instead of on the paper to start with. Well, okay, I'll put the paint on the marbles. I don't think it would matter. Not much. Not much, but I can do that. So I've got some, I'm going to go back to the red and maybe do some white. So I'm going to put the red on the marbles. Just a little drizzle of red. Just a little drizzle, and I'm going to add some white to it. Like that. Okay. Okay, there's the paint on the marbles, and here we go. And I'm going to say, stop! You have to stop sometimes. You go at it too much. Sometimes less is good. I'm going to try that one again. Dollar Tree has them for $1. Vanessa, you need some marbles now? Oh, Vanessa. Oh, Vanessa. I had some marbles and I couldn't find them. And so instead of me looking like I should have looked a little harder, Joe was going to the Dollar Tree and I said, pick me up some marbles. Lazy me. Lazy me. Yeah, I'm going to go with the red and white again. And we'll put the paint on the marbles. And I don't know if it matters or not. don't know. Okay, here we go. Kind of looks like icing or something. They're slippery. That's red and white. So it's a soft, it's a pink. It's got a pink tone to it. Oh goodness, I'm out of paper again. That's the bad part about this. It takes paper. Now you can use cardstock as well. I can try cardstock and show you what it looks like. The cardstock works really good with this project too. Printing paper, just regular paper, is too thin. It'll do it. It'll work, but your paper is just so thin and flimsy. It's just I like cardstock better for this project. And like I said, you can use your junk mail, any kind of paper that you have. If if you've got coffee paper or stain paper or any kind of ledger paper, graphic paper, school paper, newspaper, you can do anything. You can use anything. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, shoot. I don't think my paper will fit in here. Have to give it a haircut. So it would be ideally to have a pizza box. So let's see what we got left on these marbles. We're playing with our marbles. That's pink. That's nothing but pink. They look like candy. It looks like candy. Don't eat your marbles. So that's just pink. That's just red and white. Leftover red and white. So I wanted to do red and orange. Let's see if I could do red and orange. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Susan. Hi, everybody. If I missed anybody, hello, hello, hello. All right. Chat's a flying. You guys go ahead. Fly, fly, fly. Be like Peter Pan. I'm going to leave all these empty bottles out so I can go underneath in a few minutes and get me some more paint out. Vanessa's going to be Tinkerbell. What's the name of the boy that lost his marbles? He had a name, and at the end of the movie, he found his marbles. Cheryl's eating Keebler cookies. So now we have orange and red. And look at the marbles. Oh, they're just yummy looking. Telling you. This is pretty. It's a red orange. Oops. I just dropped some marbles down on the floor. That's pretty. Oopsie. I have a rug underneath my table. where I sit. I have lost my marbles for sure, guys. Down below. So just going to do a few more and then we'll move on. Let these dry and then we'll make something out of them. So is it orange? Is it orange and pink? There's something that makes beachy colors. Yellow and I can't remember if it's yellow and pink or orange, and I did orange and red. I'm not real sure. Makes a beachy look. Let's go with blue and yellow. I can't see Angie. Is she in hiding? Yellow, orange, and pink. Okay, Janice. Thank you. I bet that's it. I bet that's what I want. Is she I think you can be invisible. I'm not sure how that works. How are you communicating with her? Is she messaging you? You figured she blocked you, Rebecca? Well, now I didn't block her, and I don't see her. Now, I have had people, I have had people being blocked on my stream before, but I didn't know I blocked them. This is going to be a happy mess because I put water in my paint. Yeah. I'm going to try this again with the leftovers. This is on cardstock. This is like that spiral graph thing we used to do. Is she I would have to look to see if she is blocked on the channel. I've never blocked anybody. I used to block the people who come in and say bad things, but I haven't had anything bad happen in a long time. Oh, she's on Zena's. She's in Zena's live. Well, that's why she can't be in here because she's in Zena's room. If she were to come in here, maybe that would be different. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to make. That's all I'm going to do that. Save this paper for next time. We could do it again. Dog alert. Now, Joe is not here, so it can't be Joe. Barking at the... It's not dark enough to be barking at the moon. Oh, Marty's in both. You have two devices? I'm not sure. Yeah, I can see Vanessa. Hi, Sharon. Sharon, we just got finished making some marble paper. So we're going to put these over and let them dry. Um, let's see. I don't know how to go into. I don't know how to go into. I need to go into YouTube, into my channel, and I'm gonna leave you for just a minute, but I'm gonna go look for Angie and make sure I don't have her. I'm not going to be off the internet. I'm just using my iPad. So let me go to YouTube and go to my YouTube, and here we go. And I want to go into my channel, and see, I bet she's turned on her incognito button. I'm not saying she did, but I bet you she can do that. She turned her own thing on. But YouTube, and then you can turn yourself into cognito so that nobody sees you or something like that. But I am managing videos, edit channel, home. Let's go to my home. Well, that's just my, okay, we want to look up, uh, explore. That's just other movies. Plus is starting a movie or something. I don't know what that is. I'll go into the YouTube studio is what I want. I'm working my way through this, and I do believe. See, I'm at my dashboard. Let me go into my analytics. I have no idea if that's where it is or not. But there's a place in here to view people that you have blocked. And I did not block anybody to my knowledge. And if she's touched her incognito button, she might be doing it to herself. And the only way I know how to do this is to wait until I get offline, because I don't know where else to find blocks. Engagements. Reach. Impressions. See, it tells you all these graphic things, and I don't know what that means. I don't go into these things. So there's that, and their overview. Hours watched. $157,000 watched videos. Wow. No, I don't think that's right. I think it's 1,500 watched videos. Okay, let's see. Views, topics. I don't even see anything blocked. Visibility. It just no, that's not it. I have no idea. So anyway, I'm not going to take time to do it now, and I'm just going to have to. I want to continue on with my show, and I'm sorry that Angie can't see me. She can just go watch Xena, and she can watch us on the replay. I will check into it later tonight, and I can Google on how to do it, and it'll tell me exactly where it is. If I have her blocked, I didn't do it on purpose. So, hi Jude. So I did look around, and I could not find what to look at. So it's easy to do, accidentally to hit somebody's line accidentally, and hit block and stuff like that. But I don't uh, I don't see it anywhere. Uh, so okay, I can't do anything about it right now. I'll have to wait till after this show. And I have blocked somebody once before, but I didn't know I blocked her. Had no, and you know what? Ever since I unblocked her, I haven't seen her since. So it goes to show, I don't know who she was. I have no clue what that was all about. She kept complaining that I had her blocked. I had her blocked, and I finally found where the blocks were, and I unblocked everybody that was in that section, and I haven't seen her since. So that's just the way it is. Just the way it is. Okay. So let's go on to. I'm going to go back to my felting and try to work on another pumpkin. I'm trying to get some pumpkins done for my family. And my papers are drying over here. The fan is on and they're drying. So I'm going to start from the beginning and make some. And I got one started over there. So you get some fluff. This is the core wool. It's the most inexpensive part of the wool. I started one here. I'm going to start another one. I'm going to make a big one and a little one. Make a pair, a mommy and a baby. So you roll up your core wool, which is your inexpensive wool, and it doesn't matter what it looks like, but you're going to wrap it up, roll it up, and then you're going to start poking on it together. You want to roll it up real tight if you can, and then you take your needle and tack it together. I'm watching my fingers. And this is the kind of handle that you should have for your needle. It it's easy. It's easy either way. I don't complain. So I'm getting this ball started, and I'm going to add some more white to it. I want it to be a bigger pumpkin. And if you want to be fancy and fast and go fast, you can use this one. It does twice as fast, and it's got a needle guard, so you can't. You can probably still poke yourself, but it protects your needles from breaking. And I've discovered that when I use this bigger tool, that uh, the uh, the wool gets lumpy, the ball gets lumpy, and it's better if you have a single needle to give it a better shape. So I still go back to my single needle all the time. So we'll add some more wool to it. Yeah, get you some marbles at the Dollar Tree next time you go out. Oh, a beginner set for felting. Well, great, Marty. That is awesome. You'll get your needles and some yarn, some wool, and everything. And I made a bunch of videos about this back in January. So if you're interested in some of the felting, some of my felting videos, I believe it was all in January of uh, 2020. Was it last year that I did it? I'm all confused now. But if you look through my videos and it has felting on it, that's when I did it. I did it for a whole month of January, and I think it was last year. Um, Everything is muddled together right now. Thanks. And you can also go on YouTube, and that's where I learned. I learned from other girls, and there's several other people who do this. It's and then there's a Sophina. She is a professional felter, and if you want to see some pictures, just Google pictures, images, felting images, and you will be surprised of everything that they can make out of felting. I have a problem that whenever I make things, I give them away. That's why I don't have anything. I give it all away. But that's just the way it rolls in my house. I can't help it. That's the way it is. So this is going to be a little bit bigger. And you can also use cookie cutters. Cookie cutters make great beginners felting. And if you want, I've got a cookie cutter over here. I'll make one out of a cookie cutter, Marty, so that you can see. That's a great starting point, is cookie cutters. And I went around for 2 years hunting for cookie cutters and yard sales and stuff. And I've got a whole big bag of cookie cutters. And I had to purge them out, and I gave some of them away, and all of my extra ones, and kept the ones that I use all the time. But I use my cookie cutters also with my clay when I do pottery. So that's good. I can use them for two different projects. But I would love to make a little cookie cutter ornament for you, show you how I felt it. It's easy to do. I'm still going to make this pumpkin a little bit bigger. This is why you want to use that core wool, because it's most inexpensive, and because you have to use so much of it, you're not wasting your pretty collars, or I would use all of that and it would be gone. So this is why you want the core wool when you get into objects and making stuff. And you can buy a bag of core wool, uh, I don't know, for about $10 or so, and it's sold by the pound. And I usually, you can buy your wool anywhere you want, but I use Mohair and More. Mohair and More is a place that sells wool, and there you can get online and get the catalog. And it's a family-owned business, and they are really, really sweet. They'll help you out if you have any questions. If you want to just call them, Louise will talk to you and help you out. So just tell them I sent you. I'm not on commission or anything. I don't get any freebies. But they were really sweet to me, and if anything was wrong with my order, because one time I ordered extra blue, and I knew I ordered extra blues and I didn't get and extra greens, and I didn't get it, and she sent it right out to me the next day. So there was no problem, with my order after that. But this is going to be a pumpkin as soon as I get it all tacked down. You just have to watch your fingers. The single needle is my favorite to use. And just let me take a quick peek over here. It seems to me that I had some cookie cutters over here. So here's a little bear. I'm going to do this little tiny bear, and to give you an example of how to do an ornament. So here's a cookie cutter. It's a bear. So I'm just gonna lay it down, and then we'll take some brown, maybe some brown or some kind of a uh, bear color, color of a bear. And I'm just going to pull off a couple of tufts. When you pull off, you draft off. That's how you draft off of your end of your wool. You draft off some tufts, and this is how long the staple is on your wool, on this particular wool. It's like 4 inches. And but anyway, you take your wool and you put it down into your bear. Just poke it in there with your fingers like that, and you in this particular cookie cutter, we want to make sure we get it in the arms and in the legs, and you might have to uh, take your needle and get it over there in your cookie cutter. And as you can see, I'm just poking real easy, and I'm going to put some more in there because I can still see this light brown, so it needs a little bit more. You can make it as fat as you want, and you just work it. You're just going to work it good. Go down into the feet real good. Go up into the ears real good, where the ears will be. And as long as your fingers are on the outside, dog alert, dog alert. They're outside. So anyway, this is going to be my bear. See my bear coming up to shape? And you're going to refine it. Now, after you get it down, you've got to lift it up or you will felt it permanently to the base. So here I've lifted it up and it's real fuzzy and out of whack. And I'm just going to flip it over and put it back down into the cookie cutter. And I'm going to felt it on this side. So I'm felting on both sides. And being such a little feller as he is, I am going to add some more wool. And you can turn these into pins. Put a pin back on it. Put a safety pin on the back of it, and make it a little pin to wear. It's cute to give out Christmas ornaments like this, and then people can wear the pin. And you could add seed beads. I already have an example up here. So here's another little bear that I made, just like this one. And I put dark ears. I put dark ears on his ears. And I put seed beads. And I sewed the beads on the bear. And when you get the bear, when it's felted, it's like a piece of felt that you buy. You know, it's a piece of fabric. And you can take your needle and do the edges. You have to be careful and poke in the edges so that the feet will be pronounced. Poke in that little space right there, real easy, and between the legs and between the ears, and then your bear is going to look like a bear. It's not going to look like a fuzzy wuzzy. And see, like right here, I can continue to felt this without the cookie cutter because I've got a shape. Make sure his neck's not too wide, and his head, it could use some extra ears. His ears aren't very big. And if you use a bigger cookie cutter, here's what you're going to get. Littles might be a little hard, but you can do it. You can do it. But you have to lift it up off of the pad because if you don't, you'll felt it down and you won't be able to get it off. And you can see the other side, how soft it is. That's where you've poked and your fibers are poking out the other side. So you flip them over and felt them again on this side. And that's how you do a little bear. And then you get to decorate it. And this was a bigger cookie cutter that I did. So you can use any kind of cookie cutter you want. And again, I'm going to pronounce the neck, between the arms and the legs, between the legs. And this is a gingerbread man. But now if this was a bear, all I have to do is add ears. And this bear here is brown, and it's got some other shades that I love to blend. So it's got some other shades in here, like a dark burgundy. You can see a little bit of a dark burgundy right here. I've mixed the threads. I mixed the yarn, the wool up a little bit. But I've even got googly eyes on this guy. And I stitched his mouth by hand. Found some tiny, tiny buttons in my stash. So that's what you can do. That's fun. And ornaments are easy. They're easy, and you can put them out, and that way everybody will get one for Christmas. Everybody's going to get an ornament for their tree. And if you do it every year, then they add up. So if you do this year, you do gingerbread men, and next year you do Christmas trees, and you will eventually, every year, then that's a collection. That would be something your family would look forward to. So there's your lesson. But it is fun. You just have to watch your needle. If you go in, you have to come out the same direction. If you go in at the side, you have to come out at the side. You just have to be careful, or you will break your needles. And I have to tell you, the number one rule is the needle. If you break the needle, it's okay, but you have to find the broken parts. You cannot just leave that needle in there, in here, or on the table, or if it flips across the room, you've got to get a magnet and find it, because that would really, really hurt somebody to step on it or to get stuck in their foot. So I highly, highly, highly stress the proper disposal of hi Margaret, of the needles. Number one rule. And I usually say that every time, because I mean it. I mean it. You better do what I tell you to do. But I have been really, really blessed with my needles. I haven't broken very many. And they do come in different sizes. They're small, medium, and large. And then they come in different types of hardware. Like this is a regular barbed needle, and it's a triangle needle. It's a triangle. If you were to look at a magnifying glass on that needle, it's a triangle. It's got 3 flat sides to it, and then it's got these barbs on the corners that make the wool snag onto the needle to the other side. That's what makes the snag. And then there's some that are spiraled, and then some that are square, and then they've got some real, real tinier ones for really, really small detailing. There's several different kinds of needle sets that you can get, but just get the regular ones. I usually just buy the regular ones, but I do have the 3 sizes. Well, that's why you use the single needle, and you keep turning it. You keep turning your ball. And then once you get your ball big enough, you're going to say, that looks okay to me. So that looks okay to me. So then we're going to get some color, and we got orange, and I love to do different shades. Maybe I'll make a turquoise one this time. I thought I made one, or maybe I dreamed that I made one. But I don't know what I did with it. But I've got these beautiful turquoise over here, shades, and that would make a beautiful beautiful pumpkin. So I've been wanting to try it. So let me try it. So I'm going to take some of this, and I'm going to try to look. There's really no right or wrong. So wherever you want the top of your pumpkin to be is where you're going to start stabbing it. And so I'm going to draft off some blue, and I'm going to go two different directions for starters. And this is going to be the middle of my pumpkin on the top where the stem is. Where the stem is. I don't know what Abby's barking at. It's probably just a car on the road. So anyway, I'm just playing around, and I'm forming the look of my pumpkin now. So here's the beginning part of my pumpkins. So this will be a beachy pumpkin. And I still like my single needle. I still like the single needle. I can do so, it feels so much more comfortable to me than the wooden handle. I tried it. I used it. Doesn't mean I have to like it. And it might be that it's a different type of needle too. Because you got these coarse needles, for the starters, and then you got real fine, tiny ones. The tinier needles are for finishing. I'm sorry I haven't been paying attention to chat because I have to keep my eyes on my fingers. So, everybody okay? If you need me, speak louder. Yes, Rebecca, you need to make you a pumpkin. Get your wool out and make a pumpkin. You can make this and give it to your cats. I mean, I mean, it's awful pretty, but you could make one and let your cats play because it's light. Put some catnip in the middle of it. They won't tear it up. They'll just throw it around. But I like, I just like felting. I just like doing it. You made some cat toys. Okay. Well, they need a seasonal toy then. Make them a pumpkin toy. So now I'm just going in between this. There's no, I'm making this up as I go. There's no rhyme or reason to how I'm doing this. I'm just going around in circles with my little tufts in between the lines. And now I'm going back, and I added a different shade. And I'm getting some color on top of the white now. And I'm going to do this 3 or 4 different shades. Abby, sit down. Sit down and stay here. You stay in here with me. I'm going to shut the door. Here, you stay here. Yeah, here. You stay here. Right there. Come on. Here, no. Here. Stay. Abby, come. There you go. I'll shut the door a little bit because she hears Nora barking outside, and Nora's in the backyard, and she is queen of the yard now. I have never seen a dog love a yard any more than my dog. She runs to the back. She runs to the sides. She runs on each side of the house. She loves that backyard. I'm telling you. I was so happy when we got her that she, started looking at the whole yard. She doesn't just go out and tinkle and come back in. She literally runs the yard. That's right, Marty. If your dog tears it up, but really, when you snag it together, it's hard to tear apart. It's not like you. Um, Now, Abby, I give her a stuffed toy, and I usually buy the toys in the children's department in the secondhand store because they're like 50 cents a piece. I don't use the toys that have the little those little beads inside, the little plastic beads, because they get everywhere. So I always make sure I take the bag, take the beads out, or I get a toy that doesn't have those weights in them. And Abby's job is to find a hole in the toy and to defluff the toy. And that's her activity. And it's okay that she does that. So I pick up all the white stuff, I poke it in the hole, and I sew the hole up so she can do it again. And that's how we keep her busy. Yeah, the blue mix is pretty, isn't it? And I'm going to be putting these in it too. And these two are just barely a shade apart. They're very similar, but this one's a little darker. And I can put some more of that on top. That's right. That's right. It's her yard. I just pay for the taxes for it. Well, hi, Aaron. Hi, Aaron. I love you too. Aaron's Judy. Judy is Aaron right now. Mom Judy lets Aaron use her phone, and sometimes Judy comes in, or they're both together. Hi, Mom. Hi, Judy. And then she has a brother, and sometimes he's in the room too. So hi, Clint. There's Clint. Clint's got his own phone. Woohoo! Hi, Clint. It must be supper's over because everybody's coming in after supper. So anyway, I'm felting a pumpkin, and it's going to be a blue one. So I'm going to get some more. I'm going to use this darker blue. And when I draft it off, I'm going to draft it. I get the tips going out a little bit, and and uh, and then I get it along a finger. I get it on my fingertips like that. Lay my thumb across it, and then I just gently tug it off, and I've got a nice little piece of drafted wool, and I'm just going to lay it down on top of the stripes, and do that about 3 or 4 times over the. Some of it's thicker than others, and that's okay. That's okay. And then I'll tack it down a little bit. And I've got a fan on in here and it's blowing it to the one side, but that's okay. We'll work around that. So I just got the top of it tacked down. And I can turn it and keep going around and putting some more down. Just like I did. Just watch your fingers. Tack, tack, tack. I can get 2 more, I think. So, everybody, everybody saying hello. Okay. So anyway, after I get done with this, I'm going to go into the Canada book, and I'm going to start a Canada book from the very beginning, from scratch. Hi, Gilly. Hi, honey. I haven't seen you in a month of Sundays, girl. Where you been? How have you been? Okay, so I'm going to put another one there. We're getting there. And I'm going to put another layer of these lighter blues on here. And this will make it really stand out. So now I'm going to start going down. So anyway, I did collect some Canada stuff. There is if you know anything about Canada, be sure and say something and tell us what you know about Canada. I would like to know what their state flower, or do they have provinces? Is that what the areas are called? The areas of Canada? There's like 12 different areas of Canada. And I'm thinking they call them territories or provinces. It's not states. They're not states, but it could be. I mean, it's like our states, areas. They're province. Okay. So there's 12 provinces of Canada, and I do have a Canada map. And I'd like to know, do they have, our states have state flowers and state animals? Do they have the same thing? Mina, yes, they have the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, the RCMPs, and I have pictures of that. And I thought that uh, my other books, I made dolls. I made these paper dolls for each one of my books. So I think I should make a Royal Canadian Mountie, to put and to guard the book. Yeah. The symbols. Oh, the maple leaf is on the flag. It's a national flag. Yeah, yeah. And I could felt a leaf. I might have a maple leaf. I can feel the maple leaf. And the hockey. Yeah, they got hockey. They got a Canadian hockey team. 10 Providence and 3 territories. Oh, Janice, I didn't know that. And and you know, I'm thinking Indians. Are there Indians? The Canadian HOV. She took it back. And they each have a flower. So we could try to find. I'll have to print some stuff out. They have sugar parties. Indigenous people. uh, for the Indians. Okay, and that's like I'm thinking, up in Canada, they have indigenous people up in Alaska too. And I used to have a pen pal that lived up in Alaska, and she was a granddaughter of a original indigenous people. So that's interesting. And I also know over on the Atlantic side, there is a lot of Viking history. They think that uh, they've discovered that Columbus did not discover America. He was from England, and he was the first one from England over here. They could say that, but the Vikings were here first. Calgary Stampede. Oh, the curling is where they have the big weighted I don't know. It's a weighted puck hockey. It's not a hockey puck, but it's a weight, and they move it on. They use it's kind of like a shuffleboard on ice. Best way I can describe it. It's a Scottish sport stones. That's good. That's fun. So anyway, I've kind of tacked all that down now, and this is how my pumpkin's looking. I'm not finished. I've just started it. So I'm going to get some more. I've got some more different colors that I'm going to try to put on, and I need to refine my little stripes again. So I'll use this one for that. So if anybody finds anything with Canadian on it, I do have a collection I've started. Barbara lives up there, and she sent me some things. I'll take a little break from my needle here. And this is what I have found so far from Canada, what I've collected. And it doesn't come out. Well, what's the deal here? What is the big deal? Something stuck. So I've got some things from Barbara, some stickers, and somebody else sent me some stuff. I can't remember who sent it to me now, and that awful. Somebody else sent them to me. It might be them in here. And see, here's the AW root beer. They make that up there. I guess I had a little bit of glue on it. Stuck somewhere. So here's the Mounties. And here's another Mountie with the flag. And then here's one standing up. And I thought I'm going to try to uh, make him into a doll, a paper doll, to stick in the pocket. So I think that'll be cute. And they've got these little hippie do things that allows them to sit on horses, I think. Oh, Marty's Park Canadian, Quebec. Well, great. You're going to love this then. I have done other books. I've done, uh, the first one was my Japanish book. It's Japanish, but it's all of Asia. It's a conglomeration of Asia. And then I did a Britain, and then I did. I know I've done another one. I did Britain, and I did Asia, Japan. What were the other books that I did? Oh, oh yeah, Cheryl's boyfriend's from Montreal. We got a lot of Canadians in here. I think Gilly's in Canadian. Gilly, are you up there? Yeah, this is mostly for celebration. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I did one on Australia. Thank you, Kathy. I knew I did another one, and then I did Alice in Wonderland. That's not a place. that's that's a nursery thing. But I did an Alice in Wonderland book, and that was so much fun. I've enjoyed all my books, so this will be fun. So we get to decorate it with all of these little goodies that I've printed out. And oh, these were the top 10. I'll read these to you. Inventions made by Canadians. That's what it says. Top 10 Canadian inventions. Let's see here. Basketball. In 1880 and 1891, James Naismith was a Canadian gym teacher who is credited with creating the game of basketball. Isn't that great? Oh my gosh. Who knew? It's a more popular sport in the south of the border, but we Canucks can be credited with inventing it. So a Canuck is a nickname for Canadians. I'm going to highlight that. We need to write that. We might need to put that in our book. We could put these little papers in it. Walkie talkies. The walkie talkies, as we know it today, was produced by a Canadian inventor, Donald Hings, in the 1930s. He created it for his company. It's CM&S in British Columbia, and it was originally known as a pack set. And the British Columbia is over on the western side, right up above Washington State. That's where BC is. The snowblower, of course, were the ones behind this helpful gadget. How else would we get out of our driveways in January to March? Canadian author Sicard produced the first snowblower in the 1925, and today we hail him as a true Canadian idiot. Not probably very few Canadians even know that we are responsible for that invention. The Wonder Bra. Listen up, girls. The world over should give Canadians a big collective thank you for helping support the lowest and the droopiest bunch so that perkiness can prevail. It's the Wonder Bra brand that was made in Canada by Moses Mo Nadler, founder and majority owner of the Canadian Lady Corset Company. Awesome, guys. Insulin, probably one of the most noble and important Canadian inventions ever. The insulin, which was created by Dr. Frederick Banting, an Austin, Ontario native and Nobel laureate. He shared credit with this colleague, Dr. Charles Best. Peanut butter. Jelly was never the same after this Canadian invention. While Native Americans have been slathered this sweet and savory spread on toast for centuries, Canadians and Montreal native Marcellus Gilmore Edson patented the concoction in 1884 and therefore gets the credit for inventing peanut butter. The garbage bag. Thank goodness for Winnipegger Harry Weisschuyler. Weisschuyler. Schuyler. The man behind the modern day garbage bag, he alone with Larry Hansen of Lindsay, Ontario, invented the disposable green polyethylene garbage bag. They were first intended for commercial use at places like hospitals and quickly became a household must. Isn't this great? Oh, you're all talking about Canadian people. Woohoo! We have a lot of actors. And you can probably say most of the actors in the Hallmark movies are all Canadians because they film Hallmark movies in Canada. Just thought I'd tell you that. The zipper. How else would we keep our ski jackets closed in the chilly winter months? Canadian electrical engineer Gillian Sunback made the first modern day zipper in 1913, improving upon models of inventors before him. The telephone. Woohoo! We all know that Alexander Graham Bell wins the prize for inventing the telephone. But did you know that he did so while living in Canada? Born in Scotland, his family immigrated to Nova Scotia when he was young, and hence the telephone is credited as being a Canadian made invention. How neat is that? Superman. Look up in the sky. It's a bird. No, it's not a goose. It's a plane. No, not an Air Canada. No, it's Superman, a hero across the globe, but one who was credited by American writer Jerry Siegel and Canadian born artist Joe Schussler in 1932. We definitely take some of the credit for this one. Wow, those are awesome. We're going to put all those in the book. Here's a couple of maps that I printed out, and this one shows all of the provinces. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I don't know. We'll have to look on that. 10, and then there's 3. I don't know. Maybe they're counting these as a different. But we'll look into that. This is a cute little picture that I found on the internet, and here's the flag. We'll definitely put that on the front. And here's some ginger ale, Canada Dry, Canadian money, and the leaf. So these will all go into will go into the book. I'll fussy cut them out, and they will go into the Canadian book. And then this was mailed to me from Barbara, and she sent me I saved the post because it has Canadian Post on it. So I saved the post. That'll go in the book, and then I another little map. So that'll go in here, and then she sent me a bunch of stamps, stickers, and little advertisements, a lot of Canadian leaves. And I think somebody else sent me some of this stuff. So I have to give credit to somebody else, but I don't know who else have sent me. But these will all go through the book. So I think I'm done with the felting for the evening. I felted quite a bit. So I'm going to put it all aside, and we'll get our Canadian book out. We will work some more on this next Thursday. I will probably save it and work online with you guys with it. That would be nice. So I don't need my sponge. And I will put my needles away. I got $500 in the mail today. I did. Came in the mail. I got another one up here. Whew, let's go shopping. Uh-oh. This one had a little accident. There's something that spilled on it, but I have no idea what that is. Oh my gosh. That came off of that sponge that I had the other day that was disintegrated and it flipped up there. It's an ink sponge. That's all right. We'll clean it up. It'll wipe off. So that sponge flipped out and went everywhere. So anyway, that's my messy desk. So we'll stick all this over here. Put my balls away. And this came in some Happy Mail. And I'm going to stick it in my snippet jar. And if you don't have a snippet jar, I highly recommend that you get one. This one's plastic, and it's a little teddy bear cookie animal cracker container. So it's worth it to go buy a clear tub, and then you get to use it in your art room. And this is great for odds and ends snippets and little pieces of yarn, and you can look and see in it. And if you're looking for something in particular, you're going, there it is, and you're going to reach right down there and go get it, you know. So that's my recommendation for snippet jars. Now these needles go into a little box that I keep all my felting supplies in, so that they don't get burnt. And I can take this one out. It's a little wedge, and you take and put the needle upside down on the wedge, and you stick the needle down in the wood thing, and it keeps your needle from getting broken. That's what that one's all about. So this is all my little felting things, and I keep them right at my fingertips so I know where they are. So what I have for my Canada book, I'm going to move my felting so I can have my table back over here. And what I'm going to do is, my marble paper is dried, so I can bring it back, straighten them up. So that was fun. And I laid them on top of each other, so they stuck. They stuck together. Oh well. That's okay. We won't mind. These are the ones I did today, and these are the ones I did the other day. This was the gold on top of the green. And this, you can see the gold here. That's gold. And then this was the leftovers, and I like it the best. And these are the ones I did the other day. And I love, this is my favorite. So there's my marble paper. And I have this black piece of poster table paper that's it's been around the block a few times, so I thought, well, I'm just going to make a book out of it. So it's going to be my book, and I'm probably going to only need half of it here. And I can fold it and glue it together because it the other ones are all tall. My other books are tall. Okay. Bye, Marty. Take care. See you later. Vanessa's lying down. Okay. Okay, you go ahead. So, so I'm going to cut, I'm just going to randomly cut. And I'll tell you what else I can do is I've got a book of paper. And this is how tall it's going to be. So we want the book to be this tall because I'm going to use the paper out of here in the book. So I'm just going to do a little guesstimation here, and I'm just going to draw a line right here so that my paper will go inside this. And so I'm going to cut that. And I'm also going to go ahead and tear out a piece of paper. I will need at least 5 pieces of paper. And that's about as big as the books I think the other ones were. And that's double wide. That'll be double wide. So let me see if I can tear this out. Then I can cut this off. And put this back away. And this is 11 by 14. But you can make your books any size you want. So I'm going to cut this. And I can decoupage this or glue it, or I can do just about anything I want to this book. But this is going to be my book. And I could do something like this even. It's poster paper. Fold this in and fold this one in and do a little bone folder. You can use your scissors for a bone folder and press those creases down and see what we got here in the middle. And what I'd like to do is make a spine. So my spine's going to be wider than it is there. So I'm going to make my spine on this side. Bone fold that down. And then I'll do the same thing to the other side on this side. And I'll fold it over to here, about the same size. So it'll be a good, at least an inch, inch and a half spine. Maybe even 2 inches, but we'll see how much it is. So I'm folding that down. So now when I sit my book up, I'm going to have a square here. But I'll have to cut a little bit off here and there because these will be in the way. And I know what it's going to look like in my head. That's all I can say is the book is going to look like I know it is in my head. So I'm cutting these off just a little bit. Trim that. So now here's my spine, my new spine. And I'm going to see if I can show this to you. I want you to see it, so that's why I'm curious as to see if my jelly pen will work. I have a hardest time with my jelly pens working. But here's my spine. It's this line here. Can you believe it? It's working. So that's one side of my spine. And the other spine is right here. The edge. So this is the spine right in here. And I'm going to be sewing signatures in. as we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave these two like this, and you can open these up and decorate inside too. But this is going to be my spine from on the back. You can see the lines now from here to here. So this is my spine. It's square now. So it's a good inch, okay? My spine is a good inch. And so then what I can do with this is I have my paper, and I can fold my paper in half. And I can sew, since this is a mixed media paper, I'm going to do individuals. So these are going to be my signatures in my spine. And this will be my book. And so I do have my charger on, but it's not charging. My battery is not charging. But anyway, this is going to be my Canadian book. So what I have to do now is sew my pages in the book. And I can sew it any way I want to sew it. I probably will sew it like a single slip knot tie. It's kind of like a Coptic stitch, and your pages will open flat when you turn the pages. They open flat. So if I do that, I might want to cut these in half, and then I'll have 6 pages in my book. So that might be an option. So I think I will. I'm going to cut these in half, and I will put them in with a Coptic stitch and sew them into my spine. And I might even take another piece of paper to reinforce the spine so that it's a little bit thicker than just one layer of poster board. So is everybody doing okay? Is everybody with me? This is going to the Dollar Tree tomorrow. Get you some tape, get you some glue, get you some paper. That's right, Melissa. Get your art supplies. That's where I get them. So anyway, I'm cutting this in half, these pages. And so now I'm going to put holes in my pages. And I can do 2 or 3 different ways to do this. I have this ruler that has a 0 in the middle, and it's handy to have. I'm going to trim the edges of these just a little bit. Get that fold out of there. Okay. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put holes on my pages. And so I'm going to guesstimate the middle of the book right here. So I'm going to put a dot there. I'm going to make a hole right here. And then I'm going to do it every 2 inches. So I'm going to put a hole here and here and here. And then every 2 inches on this side. So this is where I want to put my holes, and I'm going to just pin these together with a paper clip, and so that it'll stay and not slip and slide. Like that. And I have about a quarter of an inch worth of papers, and then I have a cutting mat underneath me. So I don't care if I use my tool to make holes, and it's not going to go any further than that cutting mat. So I'm going to go do it right here on this thing. If you want to get a book or something, to a phone book, that would be great to punch down on here. Hi, Shazzle. Howdy do. Welcome, welcome. I'm making a book. So I have a pokey tool right here, and it's real sharp. So I'm going to go down into each one of these holes, and I'm just going to go in a circle till it goes through all of them, like that. Poke it all the way through, and it makes a very nice small hole, reasonable hole. Now, you could also do the hole puncher and all that jazz, but this to me is just as easy, and they're all together, and I'm poking them at the same time, and I don't mind. I don't mind this. This looks really nice to me, nice enough to use for a book, and I'm poking holes, and it's working. And if you need somebody to help you with your punching the holes, you get somebody to help you. Highly recommend you get somebody to help you. But as you can see, I'm doing a pretty good job. Every 2 inches here. And I like to use embroidery thread whenever I do a sewing. So I got all 6 of my pages done at once. Boom, I'm done. So I will need that in a minute. So let me get some embroidery thread. And since Canadian is red and white, shall we do it in red? I think we should do it in red. Now, there's a lot of different girls that do binding, book binding and stuff, and um, I highly recommend you watch other girls do this. And the rule of thumb is to do, if you're going to do binding, they talk about how much you need. And I'm not going to need this much, but I'm going to take I think I just need a double amount of the length, because I'm just going through 6 pages. So I'm going to do an estimate of 2 lengths of my book for my binding. And then I'm going to get an embroidery needle, which has a large eye, and I just happened to be lucky enough to find one with red on it, with red embroidery thread already on it. So I'm going to leave that on there. It's not quite the same length, but I think it'll work. So whenever I do this type of stitch, you're going to put your papers right in front of you. Okay, your papers are going to be right in front of you, and you're going to flip one to you. So I'm going to flip the first page, and I'm going to go into the first hole, and I've got my thread doubled. I'm going to go into the first hole, and then I'm going to tie a knot, tie these two together, Nice knot. And then I'm going to go in the middle of those papers so that I have a slip knot on the first hole. And then I'm going to go, and I really think I'm not going to have enough. I don't know. We'll see. If I don't have enough string, I'll do it again. Hi, Sue. Hi, sis. So I'm going to go into the first hole, and then I'm going to come back up and go up the middle of those two strings and just gently pull it together so that there's no slack, so that they're together. And then I'm going to turn the page. And then I have the next sheet, and I'm going to go down into the hole and back up in the middle of these two strings, and I'm going to snug them together like that. And I'm going to lay my needle down and turn the page. I'm going to do this for every single one of these. But you can see I'm starting to lose. I just need to do it 3 more times. Let's see if I have enough thread. So I go in the middle of go down and go into the middle, pull it snug. Not ripping it, just snug. Lay my needle down and turn the page. It's really easy. It's redundant. And here I do it again and go in the middle. And this would be a, if I had a shorter needle, would come in handy, because this is a very, very long needle, and I might not be able to finish the last one, but we're going to try it. Nope, not going to be able to do it. I can go into it, but I'm not going to be able to go into the middle of my thing. But I can do it, and then I'm going to cut it. Okay, so it barely had enough. So what I'm going to do is cut the thread off of my needle, hold everything down real tight, just get a little snip, pull those ends, take the needle out, and pull it snug. And this is the last page, okay? And then what we're going to do is tie a knot. Go split the threads and go and turn the page one last time. And you've got a string on each side. You split the string, each side of that joint, that ending there. And now we're going to tie this string in a knot. And this is going to be a Houdini situation. So wish me luck. Wish me luck to get this tied in a knot. Let's see how lucky I am tonight. For one thing, I can't see. It seems like everything I'm trying to see is blurry. I do need new glasses. So I'm going to try it again. Try it again. And another thing that I can do, if this doesn't work, I can put glue on my ends. Okay, so I've still got my ends, and I want to tie a knot to finish this up. So I'm going to take my glue and put a dot on my finger. I need 2 dots because I've got 2 strings. So I'm going to put a dot of glue on the end of that one, and I'm going to twist it to make a point. And then I'm going to do the other one the same way. You put it in the glue, and then you roll it with your fingers and make a twist, and let that dry for just a few minutes, and the glue will make it stiff. So that's how we're going to do this. So I got the first knot. I'm going to have to do it one more time so it won't come apart. So that helped. I got it through the first time. Now I got to do it again to make a square knot, right? And that point helps me to get it through the loop with all the threads together. And I did it. It's a success. I did it. So here's what my first joint looks like. And the reason why I like to use more thread is so that I can have enough for a tassel. But I'm going to do this many times, and then it's going to go into my book, and I will probably glue it down. I can glue this whole edge down one time in the spine of my book, and I might even put some. I could put some something on this to make it stiff. I could use cardboard. I could use fabric, and then I can glue this into the book like this, and then every page will open up flat in my book, my Canadian book. Every page will open up flat. So no matter how many, they'll want to all be open flat. So that's how I'm going to do this book. So I'm going to do it again and show you all again for those of you that are interested in how to bind a book. This is just one way of binding a book. So, how is everybody else following along? Does anybody have any questions about my book? Yes, I would. I would glue the very edge of this onto the fabric using a tacky glue, and that way it's not going to be glued on this side or this side. It's going to be glued on the very, very edge, just like they do with a book, from the library. And then the page should turn in the book if I do it right. I could also, after I do my binding on each one of these, I could put a piece of tape, like maybe a 1-inch tape, like masking tape, and tape this so that the pages are in the tape, and then I would glue the tape into the book, and that way it will open without any hindrance on the pages. So that might be another option. I probably will put tape on it. And I'm just making it up as I go. There's no right or wrong. I'm just trying to make the book open up flat, and I want to be able to turn the pages, as many times as I want to, because I'm going to be flipping through this book when I decorate the book. I'm going to be flipping through it a lot before we get finished with it. So I want to be able to flip the pages. So now I'm going to do this one here. And I think I had one cut up. So I'm using a longer piece of thread. I'm doing 2 lengths as my estimate. I'm going to get my long needle back and thread my needle, and I'm going to double it, and I'm going to tie a knot at the end. And the way I tie a knot, my grandmother taught me how to do this. You lick your finger And then you roll this around once and then roll it together, and the ends come through that roll, and then you pull it with your third finger and you created a knot. It's one of those trial and error things. So anyway, I'm going to turn my page, and I am going to um, it doesn't matter which way you go. I'm going to go down into my hole, and I'm going to go up in between the threads, and I'm putting that knot at the end, in the middle of the pages, so that the knot will be on the end of this edge right here. So that's where you want your knot to be. And then I go into the next hole, and then I want to come back up between the threads and snug it. I don't want to rip it. I'm just pulling it, just snugging it, just next door. And I'm going to lay my needle down, turn my page, and all of the knots are at the very end on the inside of this page. Go to the next hole and go down and in between the threads and gently tighten it. Lay it down and turn the page just like I did the first hole. And you can see my pattern. So I go up here and I'm going to go through the hole in between the threads and gently snug it. And sometimes you got to wiggle it a little bit to get it to go where you want it to be. Like that. Lay my needle down, turn the page. And see, I'm just doing 6 pages. So it's a good, easy learning one to do, to learn by, because you're not doing a whole book. But you can do a whole book with this way. You sure can. So I'm pulling it through the hole, going between the threads, and I'm snugging it. Laying it down, turning the page. And sometimes it's easy to get 2 pages stuck together. I've done that before. Well, it's very similar to the Coptic stitch. It's a slip knot. It's just a slip knot, but it's very similar, very similar. And I didn't know it was different. I didn't know that they had different stitches until a few months ago, and I realized I've been calling my stitch a Coptic stitch, and it's just a slip knot technique. And you can see the little braid on the back of the pages, and this is where the tails are. The tails of my knots are going to be right here. Now I have enough thread, so I'm going to make a knot to close this one off. And you can do it any way you want to make a knot. And I'm just going to sew it till it's knotted up. I'm going to just sew it until it holds. Any old way you want to tie a knot, tie a knot. Now, if you wanted to get technical, you could easily see I got my knot in a knot, but that's okay. It won't hurt a thing. It's going to be hidden anyway. But if you cut your string off of your needle, you can go leave one on one side and put one on the other side, and tie another knot to seal the deal. So there's the big final knot. So everything is knotted, and now I can just, these trimmings aren't going to be a big deal. So I'm just going to trim them a little bit here. And there's my knot. And I made a big loop there that didn't get pulled tight, but that's okay. It's going to go under the tape. No, it didn't have to be perfect. Not in my world. And I am a true crafter. I'm a true crafter. So I'm going to start again from the beginning. I'm going to get me some more thread, and two links seem to be very comfortable for me. So I'm going to get two links and get my needle back. What did I do with my needle? Here it is. Don't lose your needles. And I was told that this big long needle is the longest needle I've seen in all my entire life. And I was told that it was used to make dolls because you need to get a long needle into the to do the joints and put the buttons in the joints of a doll, homemade doll. And that's what I was told that this needle was. I have no idea where I got it from. So I'm going to have to check my iPad out. My battery is I'm plugged in because I've got the little zigzag that it's charging, but it's not charging. It's still going down. And I've got 4% left, but that's just my iPad. That's not my big screen. So I can finish out the show on my phone if I have to. Zena, I'm a crafter. That's right. I could be a an agape queen. Easy peasy. So I got my thread, and I'm going to double it and take my two ends and make a little make a make a knot on the end. You lick your finger, and then you wrap your finger around the thread, and then you roll it to roll the ends underneath that loop. You roll your finger, and it will not. And then you pull it with your third finger, pull it tight, and it makes a knot on the end of your thread that not supposed to come out like that. Hi, Willows. Hi. How you doing? So anyway, my I got a good knot, so I'm going to go into my first page, and I'm going to go between the threads, pull it tight. I'm going to make sure my knot is on the inside of my pages, on the edge. Then I'm going to lift the first page up, the second page up, and I'm going to go in and go between the threads and gently tug it tight. Come on now. Something's going on here. I don't know what's going on. It's being cantankerous is what it's being. Let's try that again. There's that one. Where's this one? I don't know. I must have snagged it in a different way because I've got it in knots now. So now what do? I don't know. It's in a knot. And you know what? It's only the first page. So you know what I say? I'm going to pull it all out and start over. And there's nothing wrong with that. Not a thing. It's just thread. So I've got it untangled off the first one. Now let's see if I can get this one untangled. What's going on? Let's try this way. I snagged my thread is what I did. Okay, so this one's out. What's this one doing? I don't know. I can't tell. Oh my heavens. It's snagged it. It snagged it. There it comes. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I've got my thread undone and we're going to start again. No harm. No harm done. So here I'm going to tie a knot in my thread again. Do a little twisty tie knot. And we're going to try it again. So I'm going into the first hole. I'll try to do better. And then I go in between the threads, put my knot at the center of the edge of the book. That's where I want my knot to be. Then I go into the next page, second page, and I go down, and then I go between the threads without snagging it. Gently tug, snug, lay my needle down, turn the page, and I go to the next page. We're getting progress done. So I want to go down and under in the next hole. Then I want to go in between the threads and pull it snug. Lay my needle down, turn the page, and I've got 3 more pages. Go down, in between, snug, turn, and again, we're going to go down under and go in between the threads, pull it snug, as snug as a bug in a rug. Turn the page. One last one. I go down and go in between and pull it snug. And this is the last one. You want to tie your ends off into a knot somehow. And this will be on the edge underneath some tape. And it won't be a problem how it looks, because we're going to tie a knot and cut it off. And there's 3. And it makes a cute little braid on the back. Let's see. Joe bought me some good Coke. This is, I like it in the bottles. Okay. Zena's cooking dinner. Woohoo! So anyway, I think I'm going to abandon this for now and lay this over here with my Canadian book, and we can work again on it Saturday, and then we can do all kinds of fun things with this book. And maybe we should do a magazine page for the ending of our show today. I was making postcards, but I think I'm ready to play now. I need to do some gluing. Look how much we've done in this book. Look how much we've done. We started this book on August the 7th. My heavens. About a month and a half ago. I'll do a quick flip. I'll do a quick flip. See if I can get my ruler away. So let's see what we've done in the past month and a half. I like to go back and look every now and then. I forget. Oh, I know. The glass bottle does taste better. Yes, it does. The can and the plastic. I agree with you, Zena. Yeah, you're right. But I am a cokeaholic. I could drink it all the time. I prefer Coke over Pepsi. I was raised on Coke, and that has to be why. So anyway, we did some ink blobs, and I just decorated the other page with some leftover things on my desk. I used some of my new stamps that I got. These were some of my new ones, and they worked good. And here's a magazine art, magazine bingo right here. There's some more paint blobs. This was a devotion. It was on worry dolls. And we are to tell our worries to our dolls at night and put them under our pillows. And they take care of our worries for us. This is when I got my new expand paste. This is expand paste clouds. And this is just paint clouds. Swish, swish, swish. And do a little bit of white in your water to make waves. And down here on the shore on the beach, I made some waves with the expand paste right there too. Right there. That's expand paste. That stuff's fun. We had a birthday party one night. And this is just I made a fence out of brown paint, and then I made a bush, and I put these little flowers, and these are expand paste flowers, little rose bush. Some more doodles and another magazine art. Just glue. This was a devotion, and I used a quote by Dolly Parton. Then we painted a tree. And I usually have pictures on my phone, and I use them for inspiration to paint. And this was some more paint blob art. And this was sent from England from Janet Nash. She sent me some paint blobs, and I did paint blobs from her paper. So if you want to send me any of your paint blobs, I'll do them on mine and put you in the book. This is a moon, and it's the sun or the moon's coming up, the moon rise, and this is expanding paste right here on the moon, and the reflection on the water. That was fun. I enjoyed that. That was different. I don't do a lot of things, nighttime stuff. And there I did another tree. Fits around my art schedule. I thought that page was really cute. Some more paint blobs. And this is another devotion. And I believe this was a devotion too on believe. And then we did a horse. And we named it Mary. Mary is her name. And horses are hard, but I was really, really proud of myself. This was a better horse than I did the last time I did a horse. Put it that way. I thought I did real good on the shading, and now I'm going to get it. I'm going to if the horse had his head turned to me a little bit more, he would have some shading right here, a little bit of more shading under his chin. And I would not make his hair so tall. I think it's up a little too high. It needs to be down here and a little bit on top, and most of it down here longer. But I still like it. this was this was some Happy Meal, and I put a crown on her. With some of our doll making adventures. Oh, Zena's going to use dryer sheets for her clouds for her spooky house. That sounds great, Zena. Yeah, they're expensive, Jude. The Coke in the bottles, yeah, they're more pricey. And this turned out to be really, really cute. It was a prompt. Was it prompt napkin art? We did a page together. This one turned out really pretty. This was Labor Day, and it was all Happy Mail too. Everything was Happy Mail. This was our scratch art night, and we did. This is where I did the believe on the previous page. The scratch art. I showed you how to make scratch art, and this was gifted to me, and that was my inspiration for craft art from Beetle Chick. So that was nice to be able to show y'all how to do that. This is avocado night. I think Becky sent some avocados to Janice. Janice sent me one, and I painted it. And avocados are popular this year for some reason. This was a Roller Picasso night, and this got expand paste on for his hair. And this was some from an island. It was an island on my picture on my phone, and I didn't do it justice, but I enjoyed doing it. This was another prompt night. We did prompts, magazine art. This was a devotion. This is all of us in the room. This is all of us, boys and girls, and we are treasures. We're treasures. This is where I demonstrated how to make a bingo card, and this was a magazine art, napkin art, and this was prompt night, magazine art. And mixed media. So this was a prompt. It was bingo night. And this came off the back of some, I think it was, yeah, it came off of Allie Cousin's Happy Mail bag. And I doodled around it. And this was this week's devotion. And we talked about having a tattered heart. And this was a little reading that I did on it, a story. And I just put the story in here. And this was really cute. I did it Tuesday night if you want to go back and listen to it. It was really cute. And now we are here today. I'm rehydrating. Thank you, Jude. Yep. And the fans are going and it's blowing on me. so, um, so anyway, I do have a magazine here. Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. So I'll take this. I got a new sporting magazine this week, and so let's pick some page numbers, and I'll make you a magazine page. And what we do is you all holler out 5 different uh, page numbers, and it's 1 through 156. 1 through 156. So we got 54, 45, 22, 33. Thank you, Melissa, and 77. Okay, thank you, girls. That's enough. 77 is a good one because 2 of y'all said it. So, 77. Come on, 77. There's 1. And 54. Good one. 54. We're taking that one. And 45. We got us an easy chair. And then we have 22 and 20 and 33. 33. And 22. Looks like we're going to have some whiskey tonight. We're going to rehydrate with some alcoholic beverages. So anyway, I got this from the recycle bank. So let's see. I guess I could do it on this side. So I'm just going to see what we got here. And I'm going to fussy cut a few pictures out. Okay, that's good. I'm not going to throw anything away until the very end. It says, Talk of the South, your guide to Southern culture. So we'll hang on to that. We'll hang on to that for a minute. And this one, we've got a chandelier. We've got a little room down here sitting. Every great design begins with an even better story. That might be a good title for my page. And then this side is just it's a log cabin. Okay, I'm just going to hang on to that. I like this fella, and I can get him twice. So he's getting oysters is what he's doing here. And he definitely needs he's been in the wind. He's been outside. He's got that wind blown look on his hair. And I'm going to try to leave as much of his hair as I can. He looks cool. So I'm not looking at chat right now because my iPad just blacked out. So I will get my phone up here and watch the rest of the show on my iPhone. So he's going into the picture, and then here he is again. Let me get my phone up. Well, it says here I missed a phone call. Let's see what he's got to say. There's one ringy dingy. Two ringy dingy. Three ringy dingy.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 6064665.
Okay. Okay, so Rebecca messaged me and said go into settings into your communities. So I don't know why my iPad won't hold a charge. So I will. Let me see if I can't get Joe a message. Hey, call me. I left him a message. See if that goes. That might make it ring. Or sometimes my phone doesn't ring in, and I don't know what that's all about. Let's try again.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
He'll just have to call me back. So now I want to get back on my live chat. Here he's calling. Hello? Just a moment, please. One moment, please. Where'd you go? There he is.
Hey, Siri.
Hi, honey.
My wife.
Hey, honey.
Hey, what you doing?
Hey, I'm talking to the girls.
Uh-huh.
Say hi. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Hi, ladies.
We're still playing. I'm getting ready to get. I'm gonna get off here in about 15 minutes.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm getting to leave the house. Getting ready to leave the house.
Okay. Here's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Either to before you leave Ashland or when you come back to Ashland. Okay.
Yeah.
I want you to go to the Dollar Tree, and I want you to buy about, I don't know, buy about tea towels. Buy about 20 tea towels. Sometimes there's 2 in a pack, but you can get tea towels and you can get some kind of a fall ornament. Okay, buy 20 of each. And then before you leave town, you give everybody, a towel and an ornament.
Okay.
Okay, to the girls, especially the girls. Uh, and then maybe to Pam, and then of course you can do your mom and sister too.
Okay.
And that's all I want you to do, and come home. But I know you got a ways to travel, but I know you'll be stopping in at the Dollar Tree sometime. So you might as well go ahead and buy what you can get. That way you can be passing things out as you visit.
Yeah.
Okay? Right. You think you can handle that?
Well, I'm heading out toward the house right now, out toward the uh, um, Boyd County.
To Janelle's?
No, yeah, the Janelle. I want to stay all night out there.
Okay. Okay.
And there's a Dollar Tree right there across from the mall.
Yeah. How does the house look?
You know what I told you and everything?
Yeah.
Okay, the most been on the outside and on the white stuff. You can see all that.
Yeah. It's just
but,
it just needs to be cleaned.
On
Yeah.
the inside, it's not that bad.
Okay.
It's just I think maybe I can take and use the tea towels before I give them to them.
I should have packed you a bag of rags to take up there. All right. Well, listen. Call me when after a while.
Okay,
call me back after a while. All right. Bye. Bye. I love you. Okay. So my iPad's out and I can't see anything what you've all said. Let's see. When was this? Huh. Uh, okay. So anyway, I think this was the other day. So I want to go to now. That's what I want to go to. Here I am. Here we go. Here we go. So there we go. Yep, he's in Ashland. He sure is, Kathy. Kathy lives up from where I'm from. I was born and raised in Huntington on the Ohio River. Right on. I was a river rat. So, so anyway, I'm gonna work on this, and I can see the chat again on my phone. So it's smaller, but I can see you. So I'll try to pay attention. Oh, okay. Is Does he have your last name, Kathy? What street does he live on? That's interesting. I probably know where his street is. I lived in Ashland for 20 years, so I kind of know my way around. It's so funny. I've saved his hands. When I cut him out on the other side of the page, he was right in the middle of his hands. So I've saved his hands, and I can put another hand on this one. The hand's gone, but I can. I'm gonna make something funny. Cut all this out. Oh, this is gonna be good, guys. Look at that. So I can put another hand here, and then here he is working. I like this guy. North Carolina oysters for all. Woohoo! I love oysters. Jubilee. And then we got this couch or this chair. We're going to cut the chair out too. Uh-huh. Somebody's going to be in the chair. I don't know who, but we'll work on it. So there's my chair. So he could be sitting up in the chair here. Yeah. Okay. And we got a bottle. We got us a bottle. We got us a bottle and a couple of guys and a girl. So he's going to be, what's he going to be holding? He's got to be holding something. Now, I'm not making fun of anybody, but there is a couple of people that are on the internet, and they only have they have the top part of they have their spine, and they have their hips, but they were born without legs or born with deformities, and they sit like this. And there's one guy that's real popular, and he's a motivational speaker. And he says, if I can do it, you can do it. And boy, is he right. But he could be that he can be that person. He's a spokesman. He's telling everybody to you can do it. Is what he's saying. And they can be holding hands or something. And he's grabbing, or maybe he's grabbing the bottle. Is he going to grab the bottle? He could be hugging the bottle. And then we got this girl here. Now, what are we going to have her do? She's going to be over here. She says, you all get together and I'll take your picture. And he's putting his hand, maybe he's putting his hand around his friend, which is his self. He's a little Mimi. He really is. He's a Mimi. So he's hugging, and they're holding the bottle, and she's going to come over here and take their picture. What do you think about that? Yeah, I'll have to fix Angie's. I think Angie's got a problem. I'll have to go in after the show and find out. It's in the community settings, and I can look to see if she's blocked. So for some reason she's blocked, but I don't remember doing it. And my iPad, well, I have 3%. Let me see if I can do it on 3%. I looked earlier and I couldn't find where to look, and it's under community settings. So it's YouTube Studio, and I don't see a settings. Okay. This is my dashboard and videos. I don't see settings. Playlist. And I don't see settings. Comments. And I don't see settings. Analytics. So I might have to do it on my big computer. I may not be able to do it on my iPad. And so I'm just going to have to wait till after the show. And so I can't do any of it in here. So I've tried. I've looked at everything I know to look at. It just has YouTube Studio, YouTube channel, and I don't see settings. There's home, videos, playlists, channels. I don't have any channels. I don't have anything in the about. Playlist, videos, home. And I see nothing in, I don't see a settings. So I'm going to have to wait till I get off. I got 2% on my iPad. So I apologize. I don't know what to do. I'm not a technician. I'm just a crafter. So this is all that I have for my page. So we'll make the bourbon, you make the thyme. How about we'll make the art? Do I have my art? I use my art stamp all the time. It's usually right here on my desk, but I don't see it anywhere. Did I put it up? But we can do that. We'll make the art. We'll make the art. Can be my sign. Looking for my little art. No. What's all that? I don't see it. So it's got to be somewhere over here. It's somewhere on my desk. Floating around down in here. I'm looking. We'll make the art. I'm saving those empty bottles so I can go down underneath and get me a... Well, I don't see it anywhere. You all will see it before I do. We ought to really make these little girls, but I'm going to have to put them off for next time. So, okay, I don't see it. That's it. I can write it in by hand. Goodness gracious, Beth. Where's your head? Now, where's your sign? I've lost my sign now. Here it is. So let me just tack some of this down. So here's the chair. And he's going to be sitting in the chair. And I like it, the idea that he's handicapped. He's blessed. He's blessed. So this guy here is going to have he's going to hug him or give him they're going to take a group picture. They're taking a group picture. Like that. And she's going to come in and she's getting ready. She goes, now you guys look good so I can take your picture. And get you all together in your picture. And you all can go and have a drink later. We'll all go down and have a drink. And this could be the non-alcoholic version of whiskey, because I don't drink. So this is the non-alcoholic version of Maker's Mark. I have no idea if it comes that way or not, but we'll pretend that it does. We'll pretend that it does. It's our story. It's our story, so we can say whatever we want. I don't reckon it's over here on this side of the table, which is a possibility, but I don't see it anywhere. Any other day, it would be right here underneath me, because I just don't see it anywhere. And we can give them some extra money. They might need some cash for vacation cash. How do we do this? How can we do this? So we'll put some money on the table here. So that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. So they're going to go on vacation And they're going to need some spending money. So that'll work. Like that. Okay. So, okay. So, it's a little bit after 9. I know it's early, but um, I've been doing a little bit better by getting off a little bit early. Um, because streaming for three or 3 or 4 hours gets to be long after a while, and it's hard on me. So, yeah, they're going to go and get. They're going to be drunk on vacation and give them money to get out of the jail for when they get arrested on the public street for drunkenness. Well, this is non-alcoholic whiskey. It's just whiskey flavor. It's not the alcoholic kind. So I'm going to put non-alcoholic on there. Non-alcoholic. This is the non-alcoholic brand. And so they're gonna go down and get some oysters and have a good time, have nice dinner, and she's gonna take their picture so that they can make a scrapbook for when they come after their vacation. They're gonna make a scrapbook. So that's what that's all about. So, uh, I think that's a good story. I like that story. I do. So anyway, that's all I'm going to do tonight. We've had fun. We've done some felting. We've worked on the Canadian book, and we did a flip through this book. That was interesting. And we had a nice chat along. And so I'm going to say goodnight. Then I'm going to go call Joe and see what he's doing. He's going to spend the night with his daughters at his daughter's house, and we're still going to have to make these guys. I think they're so cute. So I'm going to leave them out so we can make them. And that's it. So guys, if you need anything, be sure and message me. I will go ahead and get sign off and see what I have done with our poor Angie. Uh, if I have done something, it was done by scrolling with my hands or whatever. So all I can do is hope and pray that she forgives me because I don't know what I've done. And obviously, I don't know how to do it. So I obviously don't know what I've done because I still, if I knew what I'd done, I could fix it. But I don't know what I've done. So anyway, guys, good night. It's been a great evening. Hope you have a great Friday tomorrow. I will be back Saturday night and we'll play bingo Saturday. Okay? All right. Good night. 1%. 1%. Why am I not charging? I'll find out. Good night.